problems.
Can we just start off by saying how sick does my brother look right here? So this is Joshua Olagoke. Josh is just looking absolutely crazy. There's levels to the game. So Josh is in the lightweight category. It weighs like 66 kilos here, 67. Something ridiculously mind-blowing like that. Just look at the composition, all right? Natural Federation, BNBF, okay? Crazy. So what we're going through here, just a few mandatories. It's always good to go through these when you've got time in between the show or before the show, just to keep everything fresh, to keep everything robotic, to keep everything second nature, because you don't want to go on there and be thinking, oh, I might have to put my foot in this position or put my hips in this position because I'm not used to doing it this way, and maybe it'll look better. Practice, become a robot, and trust me, guys, the stage will be a breeze, essentially. Guys, check out what Josh is doing in between each pose. So he's trying to feel his way into each pose. So there are physical cues that your body will do when you're hitting a pose that lets you know it's on the money, which lets you know it's going to look the best in front of the judges. It's a very important thing to go through. Well, English went off there. It's a very important thing to go through and a very important thing to master. Make sure you're not trying to, I don't know, hit and hope. You know, hit a side chest and you just hope it looks good. You don't hit your hamstring. You don't really tense the bicep properly. You don't really flex the brachialis. You don't really flex the deltoid as well. It's a sloppy pose. Make sure all the cues are hit. Like you can see with Josh, he's definitely mastered that. There's certain poses where it's just everything pops. He knows what's happening. Look at that, straight up. Everything pops. Quads, abs, delts, and that most muscular. Everything. Again, look at the abs and thighs. Everything pops. Make sure you find those cues, guys. Trust me, you'll smash your posing with that. All right, guys, kicking it off with the novice heavyweights. Look at the guy on the far right of your screen. He's a novice heavyweight. Look at the physique he has built. Just insane. Like, me and my boys are laughing to each other about how, like, this does him no justice, by the way. I must say, guys, this view, this camera, this just does him no justice. He looks insane. And we're just laughing to each other like how far ahead he is of literally everybody on that stage. It was absolutely immense. Guys, I apologize about people walking in front of the camera repeatedly. It is very irritating for me recording as well. Tried to get the best I could. But yeah, the atmosphere now was electric. Just look at the guy I was talking about again. He's like in the middle, right? Second from the right. Basically, number 3 from the left. It's just insane. Right, there's a big girl in the middle, yeah? She's not conditioned. I don't know if she dieted at all for this show. I just don't know what she's doing maybe, but wow, her muscle mass is insane. Insane. If she was any leaner, she would have swept that lineup. All right, guys, time for the lightweights. Josh's category, Josh's class, and literally Josh's class. He owned this lineup. I'll tell you how I know. You'll see it as I say it. So they're bringing them all out, or maybe partially part of each class or category, you know, to make sure there's space on the stage. Then they send them back. Then they get the primary guys out. That's number 1. But hold up, I'm gonna pause my point there. Josh goes for the dap. He's too focused, that guy. I think it's George Osborne, I believe. I've seen him on social media here and there. He's just too focused, apparently, for the dap. But if he did see that and didn't dap him, that's a dick move, I must say. Bit of a dickish move if he did see it. But let's get back into my point. So, they get everybody out on the stage, right? So this is probably the top 3 in the judge's mind. Just look off the initial look. Fucking hell, look at Josh. He just looks insane. If you've got a good eye for bodybuilding, just look at the difference. But anyway, they get Josh out with the rest of them. And then they send Josh to the back, okay? For the majority now of the comparisons, they bring Josh out here and there to compare where 2nd, 3rd, 4th are going to place against number 1. And that determines who becomes 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, because number 1 is the highest standard. So as you see, Josh goes to the back. And that's how it goes, guys. So yeah, if you don't get the first call out, you're probably not going to get that top 3. And then if some guy goes to the back of the stage, he's probably got it, especially if they're shooting back that quickly. So, this is for the rest of them. Now I'm playing. I'm joking, man. But this is for the rest of the competitors. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and etc. This is how they determine it. And might I say, Vicky and those judges work you ragged on the stage. Constant rotations on comparison. They do not stop. So if you are thinking of doing the BNBF, make sure you practice your posing and your posing conditioning. It is a thing. Practice it repeatedly. And as I stated before, this is what they do. So they brought Josh back out to play on the line, put him in the middle because he is number 1, and compare him against the rest. Now this is what they see as the top 3 or 4, and they compare these guys. So the back 2 guys are most likely not going to get a placing or be in the top 4. So they're going to compare these guys, see which one stacked up the closest to Josh, and then that's how it goes from there. They might put Josh back in the mix, back into the back of the wall again, and then bring him out just to confirm their decisions. But there you go, guys. Josh won that category. You'll see later on. You see his routine. It really is something to watch. Really smashed it. Really proud of my boy. He killed it.
Yeah, come on. Easy again. Lights out, bro.
To your right. Face the front. 86.
I've noticed looking at these guys, a lot of natural guys have shit backs, man, and I'm one of them. Like, my back is still nowhere near where I want it to be. It's okay, but I've noticed it's so normal for natural guys to have bad backs. Like, not like overdeveloped, crazy. Yes, you get the genetic anomalies that just seem to have them, but they probably lack legs or they probably lack chest or something. Honestly, if you got a good back and you're thinking about competing, my advice is to fucking go for it. Build everything else. If you've got a really good back, you are going to smack up natural shows. I'm telling you right now. I'd just like to state, guys, that all these guys in this heavyweight lineup, as stacked as they all are, they're all natural guys. Like, I think it's one of those things where I see a lot of people in the fitness industry that look to talk about this person's on gear, that person's on gear. Well, in my eyes, they look completely average. They look like just an average gym goer, but they must be on gear. But then you come to a show like this, look at the standard. They're not all on gear, you know. Don't get this shit into your head. Like, they are all in great, phenomenal shape. Plenty of muscular development from head to fucking toe. It's unnecessary to jump on this stuff unless you're planning to go all the way. Look at these guys, natural heavyweights, looking incredible. K to the far right, who won the class. Again, the video does him no justice. He looks insane. He needed a little bit of help with his posing, but he had such a good physique. it carried him through for the win, for the class win. This class was stacked. 2 guys stand out to me in this class. It's the guy with the blue trunks with the fade next to the guy with the afro, and that guy in the middle with, like, I don't even know how to describe, but his hamstrings are popping next to the guy with the red trunks. Those 2 just dominated this class in my opinion, man. Such a sick line, but the whole class was mad. On the contrary to what you think, the one in the middle didn't win. Layla. Like, look at her arms. Bigger than most of the guys in the show. Crazy. But honestly, Layla, if Layla came in with like 20-30% more conditioning, yeah, she would have swept this show. Just insane amount of muscle mass. Not even for a girl, just period. No disrespect towards this guy, but I'm going to use him as an example. Give yourself plenty of time to put on the adequate muscle tissue to be competitive in a bodybuilding lineup. And natural bodybuilding doesn't mean skinny. All right, so make sure you give yourself time to get to the standard required to be competitive. And I really enjoyed myself. Like, this guy's physique was great. He just forgot to flex some parts. Like here, his right hamstring was not flexed here, which made the shot a little off and didn't flex his glutes enough. But he was just, again, look at great shape. I recorded his whole routine pretty much. It was insane to watch, captivating. Look at the abs, look at check the quad, check the sweep. Yeah, this guy was sick, man. Really impressive physique. You know what's funny? My boy actually thought this guy was on the juice. What do you guys think? I personally think it was natural until proven otherwise. But yeah, my boy seems to think he's on the juice, and my boy is enhanced. So he was saying, yeah, he's got the eye, he sees it, but I don't know. All right, novice heavyweight. I said novice, weird there. Novice heavyweight. Yeah, the winner, the straight up winner of the novice category. Just insane. Again, this does him no justice. He absolutely nailed this. Muscle bellies of crazy, fullness, great condition as well, honestly. Like, yo, I gotta keep reiterating, the camera doesn't do these guys much justice, some of them anyway. Like, look at this guy's development, incredible development for natural. Look at this man, delts, arms popping, chest popping, great legs in great condition, using great condition as well. Doesn't do much justice, honestly, it doesn't. Using great shape, just honestly, and a lot of these guys were, honestly. That's why I like the BNBF. It does show a higher standard of natural bodybuilding when it comes to the natural game. Can't forget this one. She's called Layla because her friends were screaming next to me her name. And plus, you don't forget a physique like this. If she cuts down, I'm telling you, the domination in female bodybuilding within natural federations would be all her. Any federation. Just look at that. Nuts. And last but not least, my boy Josh. Look at that. Look at the adductors, the quads. Not even because of my boy. Just look at him. He looks like steel. I always tell him this, bro. Your flesh looks like steel. It's ridiculous. Just look at the... You can't tell me. By the way, guys, he won the show overall. He wasn't the biggest guy, tallest guy, but the quality was undeniable. Look at that. Like a transformer with every single transition. Just insane. Guys, practice your posing. Look at that. Imagine he couldn't pose. He might not have won the show because he couldn't present it. But because he can present it, it makes it look even more excellent. So, guys, practice your posing. Okay, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video, ending on Josh's routine. But yeah, hope it was insightful, hope it was useful, hope it was entertaining to some degree. And if it was any of those things, please like, share, subscribe to your boy. Another video coming very, very soon.